Hello. So, Jax West from Stephen Avery Project, MAM Gossip, Justice with Jax. Supposed to be doing Brendan jail calls. Went up to use my laptop. That's just up here in that room there. And hello, Melissa and Bryce and Emily. And my laptop still won't let me do a Facebook Live. I never had Jeff look at it after last week because, hello Cindy, for one of my jobs I have to do phone banking using my computer from home, and I was able to do the phone banking just fine the next day. So I'm like, okay, hello Debbie. So I'm like, okay, the laptop's back to normal after having all the tornadoes we had here. And now when I try to go live, I can't, it just totally locks up. The whole computer freezes. I can't do anything. Hello, other Debbie. So I will remember to have Jeff look at it if I can, or my son's gonna be here in a couple hours to help set up. I have to work tonight, where people are coming here tonight to do some work, and I've got a 20-foot outdoor screen that people will be watching something out on the screen, and as evidenced by this, I am not good with technology. So my son has to come over and set the stuff up for me and play that for the people tonight, because I'm never gonna be able to figure it out. So depending on what his plans are for the evening, maybe Martha's Vineyard. Woo-hoo-hoo. Depending on what his plans are, maybe I can have him look at my computer too on why my laptop is so screwy right now. I don't know if I just need to buy a new laptop. I don't know. And hello, Rebecca. So I figured I would just pop on for a little bit and we could chat. I know it's been forever since we've done the Brendan jail calls, and I apologize. I can't do the jail calls on my tablet because when I do it on my laptop, I've got two different screens. So that's how I'm able to, do that all, but I can't do that on the iPad. So, and it actually works better for me to just pop on for a little bit since my son will be here, so it is a little after 4 my time, and my son's supposed to be here around 6, and people are going to be here to work at 7. So, and I worked for 4.5 hours today for another one of my jobs, so I'm exhausted right now, actually. So, what's to talk about? I don't know. I'm like completely out of the loop on everything because I'm working so much right now that I'm not even coming in here and reading any of your posts or anything that's going on in here. Christopher, I think, has been dealing with the brunt of all of that. So I did. We talked about this last week though, but I just told Melissa Kaluzinski because I got an email from her about an hour ago. So I filled Melissa in on that I talked to a state representative that's going to be looking at how they are being ignored. Their lives are not being cared about at all in the prison during COVID. So Lori Deppes and Chuck, is this a true story? I don't know what you're referring to, Cindy. I mean, and I guess as I just said, I'm completely out of the loop. And yes, happy birthday to Debbie's son. I would normally check it on my laptop because on the laptop I'm able to see things better. But I got a notification on my phone when I was out at work today that Lisa Zakowski tried to get into one of the groups. I don't know if she's currently in. Lisa Zakowski, if you are in here right now, because I haven't had the opportunity to see if you are, go fuck yourself. And once I find you, you will be banned. Cindy says, found something about Chuck Avery and this Lori Deppie's disappearance. I don't know anything about it. Is it something that's current, something old? Bryce says, I watched the 48-hour episode on Melissa. You can totally tell it was a false confession. Her tone and everything changed. Poor girl. Melissa, like Brendan, is just somebody you know that if you meet them, you know these are people that could never harm anything. A fly. Not, so no way. Happy frickin' Monday, Krista. Cindy says, the Lori Deppie's disappearance after Teresa Halbach's death in 2005. Law enforcement investigated and quickly cleared Stephen Avery of having any involvement with the Deppies, but in doing so, investigators discovered connections between the missing Deppies and Chuck Avery, Stephen's older brother. Huh. Well, we know there's plenty of things to be suspicious of Chuck about. As we have Kim saying herself that her cousin Chuck raped her when she was 11 years old. We also have somebody who, as far as I know, still wants to be anonymous, but who witnessed Chuck raping his daughters. So, and then we know of times that Chuck has been charged with raping a wife, choking her and raping a wife, and there's been women who have gone to the salvage yard that have said things about Chuck. So, Bryce says, I met a few men who were released from being falsely convicted. They all share in common Brendan and Melissa's behavior, totally innocent. Well, and something, Bryce, that I always want people to remember, though, too, in Bryce and Melissa's cases, these are people with low IQ, but you do not have to have a low IQ or be on the spectrum or any, to be coerced into a false confession. Police are trained in that read technique to get you to say something to incriminate yourself, because all they care about is solving, getting a case off the books. So they're not truly looking for justice. They're not truly looking to keep people safe. They just want to go, oh yeah, solved. So we're just going to say Professor Plum did it in the library with the candlestick. We're going to get you to say that. And then we're going to make all the pieces fit that. So, hello, Carol Ann. What did I miss? Yes, Kat. Marnie is innocent, and she is very, very smart. Marnie is a really smart woman. And she confessed to something she didn't do. Yeah, no, Cindy, I have no clue. This is the first I'm hearing of it. So I can't help you on that. I'm completely off the radar right now because I'm working. I have 3 jobs and possibly adding a 4th right now. So um I'm working like a fiend right now. Bryce says, one man I met didn't speak English at the time. He wrote his confession in Spanish, and then the police translated it to English and made him sign that confession. All of his family became U.S. citizens while he was incarcerated. Heartbreaking. Wow. That's sad. Debbie, do those cartwheels, girl. Debbie Lane. The thread of the Reddit thread on Chuck Avery is interesting reading, Rebecca. That's what you're saying. And hello, Carol. Maybe I'll get around to it. I don't know, but I'm literally, like I said, it's I'm working tonight from 7 to 10, and then when I'll probably be done with work about 11, and then I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I have to be at the doctor at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow for my shoulder stuff where they're doing that dry needling thing. So I'm getting all the needles stuck in my shoulder. So anyone live near Carol Ann says it's hard keeping up with everything. And I know, Carol Ann, I saw you have a thread in Gossip. I haven't read it. I mean, I saw it that you're working on something, and Carol Ann is always looking, following the evidence. Good investigator, good researcher. So, but this week for me is going to be insane because I'm going to be working my multiple jobs every day but Friday. Friday, I think I'm just working one job on Friday. So, and this will be my life till at least the end of September, because one job ends at the end of September, so it'll free up some time. But we've got a live scheduled for Wednesday, so hopefully I will get my laptop situation figured out and we'll be able to go back to the Brendan calls, because I believe like we only have 100 and something calls left. So, we need to get those calls done with. So, so as of right now, the Wednesday live, it's still scheduled. Hopefully we'll be able to do it, and either Jeff or my son can either get my laptop figured out, or if I have to buy a new one or something, I don't know. If I can get one that quick. If I am able to order something on Amazon and get it next day, or if I have time to go to a store. But I also don't know what this dry needling thing's gonna do tomorrow. If that's gonna hurt, so the one job with the census, I picked the days and hours I'll work, and so I didn't put in that I could work the census tomorrow, because I'm like, ooh, is this thing gonna like really hurt and I need like to recover from it? I don't know anything about this, sticking all these needles in my back. But then I have to work another job from 2 to 4 tomorrow, and then another job from 7 to 10 tomorrow. So I'll only work then 2 of the 3 jobs tomorrow. People, stop saying it sounds scary and sounds painful. Say, oh, this is no big deal. I don't know. I'm kind of not scared of needles. I don't know if you can tell. So, we'll see. But I'll fill you all in on Wednesday on that. Carol Ann says, I think I can definitely prove law enforcement knew there were bones off the salvage yard when they arrested Steve, and now it just scrolled, or shortly thereafter, even before that call was made for more troops. In my opinion, I think it is clear that the whatever bones those are, it was done at the gravel pit, and that the burn barrels were used to scoop that up and then plant it back at Stevens. I think that's pretty evident. Who those bones belong to and who did what, I can't be sure on, other than it not being Stephen or Brendan. Let me scroll back. Dry anything sounds scary. Yeah, very true, Krista. Madison said, I had some needling in my wrist and my neck. It felt relieving straight away. Thank you, Madison. That's awesome to hear. Kelly says, don't know if I missed it or has this been spoken about yet, but did you catch the update from the court? Someone has filed something. Oh, see, and this is why I hate that now I'm on my laptop and I don't have the 2 screens, because I would go look right now. So I guess after this live, I'll go look. I can't do it while I'm on here. I bought Aleve, Helen. The doctor recommended Aleve, and yes, it did work great for me. Debbie, if you're not seeing new comments, sometimes you have to end watching the live and then come back in, because Facebook is stupid. Oh my God. Madison's guy she works with, the needles put in his forehead. Carol Ann, they usually put a painkiller in with the medicine. Okay. I have to get this needle thing twice a week till through September. Hi, Snooze. I was going to say something, and I forgot. Okay, good, Debbie. What was I going to say? And if there's anybody who's on here now, you can go and look at where filings are done to see. I don't know. I know I don't have that link on my phone. So I'll have to do it afterwards. Okay, Christopher just messaged me saying, I just Googled and there's no update on the case. Okay. So, gosh, there was something I was going to say, and now I can't remember what it was. I'm too tired. What else? What else is going on? I haven't read the article. I heard Jam Master Jay, the two people are responsible for his murder. The guy from Run DMC was caught today. Amanda says, hi y'all, I'll be out of the hospital soon. I walked 70 feet today. Yay! Oh, and then she said, yay! Can't wait to be able to be on here more helping y'all fight the good fight. Sorry I got a little mouthy on your post earlier, Jax. I didn't see it, so I don't know anything about it, Amanda. So, no worries from me. Um, I have not seen the interview with Corey and Jacqueline, or is it Jacqueline or Jackie? See, because my name is Jacqueline, but my name isn't the JCQU, the Jacqueline. I'm just Jacqueline. So, and then you never know for sure if somebody wants to be called Jacqueline or Jackie, and that's my nickname. Jax come from Jacqueline. But I know of the interview, and that's something too. If any of you guys want to be like gossip reporters or whatever, and you want to interview somebody and upload it here on Gossip, especially since I'm dropping the ball doing other things, more power to ya. This group is for all y'all. So, care, I don't have to be the one that does these things. You all can take the ball and run with it. And I appreciate it. Okay, latest is still June 25th reply brief filed by KZ. Thanks, Melissa. So then we're still waiting for the court. Oh, Amanda says, I think I called someone a heifer who is calling you names. Anywho, continue on. Oh, okay. Well, Christopher messaged me at some point today saying that he banned somebody. So I don't know what happened today, but I guess, yeah, something got heated somewhere on something. I don't know the details, but that's the thing I've told you guys before here in Gossip. The moderators do whatever is necessary. It's not things that I do, that has to go through me. If somebody is a moderator here, then I trust them to make the right decisions for the group. So I have no idea what was happening or who said what or why somebody was banned. Christopher handled all that. So if you're somebody who was part of whatever was going on there and you have a question on it, you can reach out to Christopher because he's the one that will know. I don't know. Debbie said the Corey interview was very interesting, and she has a different view of Corey now. Hope he keeps shouting and stays safe. And Carol Ann says, was it my mate? Yeah, like I don't know. I was working, and so the message from Christopher popped up on my phone saying he banned somebody, and it's like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna continue working right now. And then also I had gotten a notification saying that Lisa Zakowski was trying to get into a group. I thought it was Gossip. And so then I just messaged Christopher right away, and I said, do not let that girl in. And actually, she should be banned. She should have been banned. I thought I banned her forever ago. So I don't know if she has slipped through the cracks in my time of, not being really accessible right now and watching things. Because people just always, they hate me so much, and I'm so bad for this case, yet they want to keep getting into my groups. And watch what I say. Hi, Carla. Hello, Paul. I am live right now. But I did get an email from Melissa today, and I gave her an update that I talked to a state representative the other day, and she's gonna start ripping into people and looking into what's going on at Logan with COVID. Okay. Okay. I'll email her that. How are you feeling real quick before we go? Yikes. I go for my dry needling thing tomorrow for my shoulder that they're going to stick all those freaking needles in my thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yikes. I'm doing all right. Like I said, I'm live on Facebook right now. Not yet. No. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I haven't. They're hearing my side. They're not hearing you. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. I said that sucks. Yeah, that sucks up there. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I get it. Right. No. Mm-mm. Out of sight, out of mind. It's the way to go. A leave worked for me. That's what my doctor told me to take was a leave. Okay. Okay. Well, let me let you go since these people are staring at me. And I will talk to you later. All right. Bye. Okay. So that was Paul Kaluzinski. Woo. Um. And I wasn't seeing your comments, so repeat your comment if there's Carol Ann. Thank you for using Evercom. Um, yeah, you could play I Spy with my decor. Um, something Paul just told me is he put the rest of the money that Melissa has in her account on her phone. So he told me because Paul doesn't email with Melissa. So he told me to email Melissa and tell her that there's money on her account now so she can call home. But he said he put all the money she has left on there. So she doesn't have any money. So let me again tell you all, if you're so inclined and want to give some money to Melissa Kaluzinski, Melissa will always say she doesn't need the money, especially now too with what's going on with COVID, and they're not letting them have commissary as much as they should. So, but if you want to put money on Melissa's account, we have posted how to do that before. Oh, what were you talking about? Look at all those. Whoops, I just knocked it. Those. So that's not a robot because I think somebody said something about a robot up there. It's a skeleton. Those are all different skeletons up there. Little skeleton doodads. From, yeah, and there's skeletons over on this side too. Because Jeff and I ran a haunted house for years. And I bought a whole bunch of, so some of those skeletons are the same exact ones, but then you push a button and I don't even remember what song it plays, and their eyes light up and their hands go up and down. And one of my nieces likes to set them all up in a circle and push all the buttons and that they're all going and like having a dance party. So they just got thrown up on that shelf up there. Oh, okay. Sorry. Work text. Um, and then the other thing Paul was talking about is because Paul was recently in an accident, and so he's got a lot of shoulder pain. That he's got a rotator cuff injury, and let me see what Christopher just sent me, if I can get it on my phone. Oh my gosh, my glasses are upstairs. Okay, submit date. Today is the 17th. Unassigned District 2. There's another moderator, Carrie, just sending something. I wonder if it's the same thing. Oh my god, I can't read this without my freaking glasses. Unassigned District 2. Submit date today. Comment 8/14/20. Filing from Paula Mittig. Activity Sue Sponte? What's that? Who is Sue Sponte? It's and it says received. So it was the Court of Appeals. Received today. Filed by Unassigned District 2. Submit date 8/17/2020. Christopher, can you post a screenshot in the group for people to see? And also you can post it on Stephen Avery Project. And then the name is, or wait, no, activity, it's not Sue. It's S-U-A. First word is S-U-A, and then the second word is Sponte. S-P-O-N-T-E. And then the line above that is status pending Court of Appeals. It says activity awaiting assignment. Now let me go see what Carrie just sent. Carrie just sent the same thing, I believe. Yep, Carrie just sent the same thing. So Carrie or Christopher will get that posted in Gossip so you guys can look at the picture, and maybe somebody can inform me of what that means. Oh, now I have to answer Jeff, who just texted me. Too much multitasking. They should be in the closet. Skeletons of the Avery family. Oh gosh, I've got so much stuff from my haunted house everywhere. Hello, Heather. What else? Anybody figure that stuff out yet? That Christopher sent me and posted in Gossip for you all to look at on what that means on what was received today at the court. Snooze says sua sponte, Latin, of his, her, or their own accord, or blah blah, or suo moto. Hello, moto. On its own motion, describes an act of authority taken without formal prompting from another party. The term is usually applied to actions by a judge taken without a prior motion or request from the parties. And Carol Ann's got the Wikipedia for the sua sponte. Yeah, well, Gossip people have their backs, absolutely, for sure, because we believe in their innocence and aren't gonna play with the guilters. Yep, Carol Ann, we need a lawyer, not a pretend one. I actually work I work for a lawyer, and I will have. Well, I don't know if all 4 lawyers will be here tonight, but I'm working for the people that are running for judge of the circuit court here in my county. So I can ask them tonight about it. Ooh, Cherry says, one situation in which a party might encourage a judge to move sua sponte occurs when the party is preserving a special appearance, usually to challenge jurisdiction, and therefore cannot make motions on its own behalf without making a general appearance. Common reasons for an action taken sua sponte are when the judge determines that the court does not have subject matter jurisdiction, or that the case should be moved to another judge because of a conflict of interest, even if all parties disagree. Dun dun dun! Thank you, Cherry, from Wikipedia. Heather says, did the judge file something? Yeah, something happened today, Heather. Something was filed and received today. This sua sponte thing. Carol Ann says, I wonder if that's about the lower court woman. Yeah. Curiouser and curiouser. But, yeah, so you researchers, get that all figured out. Chop, chop. And I will also talk to the judges I know. And I know one of them for sure is going to be here tonight. Judge Flowers. Ugh. So I'll ask him and see what he has to say about it. So I think I'm going to end this now, because then I can actually just flat out chill for a little bit, or set some more stuff up for people who are getting here later tonight, that we're putting all this literature in bags, and I have to have all these workstations set up, and in the time of COVID and social distancing, we have to do it outside, so I have to constantly drag all these tables and chairs and spread them all out to make sure people can be 6 feet away from each other to do this work. And you have to do it outside, so you're not in close quarters. It's a pain in my ass. And I just bought a tent that came today, and got to try and figure out how to put that up. The fun of my life. So we'll end this now, and hopefully, knock on wood, I can get my laptop fixed or a new one, and Wednesday we can go back to Brendan calls. Paula says, maybe the appeals court is going to throw the case, and it just rolled back to the lower court and are asking for a different judge. Margaret says, what are you doing tonight? I work for a judge or a lawyer who is running for circuit court judge in the November 3rd election. And so all the different candidates in my county from the same party are all working together. So I have 9 candidates right now that I'm working with. And so they all do their political literature. And so then we have to take those 9 pieces of literature and put them in a bag. And then on Saturdays is when we go out door to door and go hang this stuff on people's doors. So tonight we're stuffing the bags, and we'll be doing that tonight and Tuesday night and Wednesday night and Thursday night this week. I was only doing it on Friday nights. Last week we upped it to Wednesday and Friday. Now this week we're Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It won't always be this much, but maybe as we get closer to the election there'll be more work to do. So, all right. Is this Amazon coming to the house? All right, so sorry, gonna let you go, guys. Go. Sorry again about my stupid laptop that we're not able to do the calls, but hopefully we'll be able to do it on Wednesday, and I figure out what is wrong with my laptop. So, and if you guys figure out for sure what this thing is that was filed, please post it in Gossip. You know, share with the class. And yeah, on Wednesday, I'll give you guys an update on what it was like. Well, I'll be able to, wait, no, I'm going Tuesday and Thursday this week for my needling. So on Wednesday, I'll update you on how weird that was for them to stick these needles in me and how that went. So, all right. Bye, everybody. We'll talk again soon.